Hello, I am happy to be here with you talking today about tip number 27 from Aletha Solter's book, Raising Drug-Free Kids. I'm T, your joyful parent guide and harmonizer. And yesterday, last time, we talked about tip number 26, don't isolate your child to control her behavior. And we're in the chapter about children who are between the ages of 3 and 6. And number 27 is don't use rewards or bribes. I want to say something about the age groupings that Aletha has used. It is my belief that she is intending, and it is my intention to put this out there, that these tips are meant for the age groupings where they are in the book, as well as any other place older than those age groupings where they apply. And to me, this one applies to all ages thereafter, right? So don't use rewards or bribes. And if you're listening live, please say hello. And if you're listening to the replay, it's #EASE, E-A-S-E. So don't use rewards or bribes. Now I can already feel some of you, because this is my feeling too. Wait a minute. I'm not spanking. I'm not yelling. I'm not punishing. I'm not doing time out, isolating, and now you're saying I can't use rewards and bribes? Like, what is the deal? How do I get my kid to do what I want him or her to do? So that's a bigger question than this one tip. But I just want to say I feel that I have been there. I work through that myself, even now from a different spot, but I do work through, hey, like help, like going deeper than rewards and bribes. But we're going to stick with talking about rewards and bribes here. Rewards and bribes are the other side of the coin from threats and punishments. Okay, so if punishment and reward, and punishment and threats are the stick, then rewards and bribes are the carrot. And so, you know, there's a school of thought that's like, hey, I'm not using the stick, I'm using the carrot. And that's true. However, there are a couple of consequences to using rewards and bribes that it's important for us to understand. Especially since we don't typically hear this out in the world. We see people using rewards and bribes all the time, okay? And even at daycare, rewards and bribes at a lot of daycares are used. And even, you know, even in Montessori schools, where Montessori was not about rewards and bribes, they get disguised and they are used. So there's some reasons why this is not good. Let's step back and ask ourselves, what are we teaching our kids through rewards and bribes? There's the thing that I've been touching on, which is I need to look outside myself. I need to look to mom or teacher or dad or coach to reward, bribe. What's the thing here? I'm looking outside myself. There's also the piece, especially when we're talking about rewards and bribes, which is around instant gratification. We are conditioning our children by bribing and rewarding them that instant gratification is good. And we're doing this in the age where the iPad or the smartphone or the TV, whatever, There's a lot of instant gratification already in their lives. And if we're adding to this, is that what we want to be doing? That's the question. Maybe in a moment when it's really, it's important and you can't think of anything else, maybe you decide to do it. But if it's a routinely used strategy that you have, then you're really conditioning your child toward instant gratification in a world that really is largely about instant gratification anyway. So you're not doing anything to counteract that. And the other piece that I want to offer is what you're teaching your child, the message that they're getting, the unconscious message that they're getting when it's about rewards and bribes, is that manipulation is okay. Because on some level, maybe not when they're 3, maybe not after one time, but if this is a continuing strategy, on some level, they are going to internalize that there's been this manipulation to get them to do what you wanted, and they are going to, you are the authority figure, you're the one they look up to, so that must be okay. So I can manipulate my younger sibling, I can manipulate my friend, I can grow up and manipulate my partner, I can manipulate my teacher, maybe. Manipulation is okay, is sort of an unconscious theme here, and that's something I'm bringing in. The book didn't even really go into that, but that is something that I feel very strongly about. I have had personal experience with this in a multitude of ways. I see it with clients and out there in the world a whole lot. So that's another effect of using rewards and bribes as a predominant strategy. Now, so I don't want to leave anybody hanging there. I do want to go a little bit into, well, what else is possible? And actually, I don't want to dissuade anyone from purchasing and reading this book yourself. This is an amazing book. But I will mention a couple of the alternatives that Aletha mentions. And these are alternatives that are mentioned in a lot of different parenting philosophies: positive discipline, Montessori philosophy, those kinds of things. So limited choices for children age 3 to 6 are a great alternative, especially 2 choices, whether it's the red shirt or the blue shirt, or would you like to leave now or go down the slide 2 times before we leave the playground. So limited choices. The trick is both choices have to be okay with you. If they're not, then you're going to be doing the bribe threat thing if they pick the wrong choice. Okay, so both choices, you need to make sure both choices are okay with you. So that's one. Another alternative is, and we talked about this in a different tip, about playing with your children, making things fun, somehow making whatever is not wanted, making it fun. And there's so many different ways to do that depending on the situation. One way in general is to make it something that is approached together, you and your child together. At this age, 3, 4, 5, 6, you are like one of their idols. So a way to kind of capitalize on that without threats, without bribes, without manipulation, is really to bring yourself more into their world, like do it together, attack it together. And I remember one of the cool things that she even mentioned in the book, and this is like, if it's something, if it's possible, but she mentions brushing your teeth, right? So how about we can take turns brushing each other's teeth. So that's something, you're making it fun, you're doing it together, and if you can put yourself back to being 3 or 5 years old, or if you can picture yourself as your kid, what kid is not going to be captivated and fascinated and really drawn in by like brushing their mom's teeth or their dad's teeth? That's hilarious, right? That's so fun. So that is what I will leave you with here.